What we saw at our study site is shocking. It's not a future we should leave for the next generation. My name is Richmond Kennedy Kwaku from Ghana.
I'm Peter New from the University of Michigan.
My name is Temitope Shugbemu. I'm from Nigeria and I'm a senior lecturer at the University of Lagos.
I'm Ebenezer Nyadro, you can call me Eben.
I'm Dr. Janae Collier from the United States of America, from the University of Michigan, and this is the 10th anniversary of Coessing 2025.
Having a school like Coessing, bringing scientists from all around the world together, and it's running for 10 years, naturally tells you of the impact and trust it has gathered over the years.
And it's really fascinating to see how it's evolved over the last 4 years, and even over its 10-year period, from a small school focused on physical oceanography to a number of different disciplines, including the group I work with plastics and policy.
The plastic group first started its activity in 2022 or 23, I think 23, when we first did it here in Ghana. So we went to Laboma Beach, and what we do is that when we get there, we sample the soil. Plastics are found in different media, environmental media. So plastics are in the air. As we sit here, there are plastics floating around. There are plastics in the ocean water. There are plastics in the fishes and organisms. So we did the beach ones because that area receives material from the land into the oceans. And when the oceans also have them, you know, the local folks will tell you the sea does not like that. So it will throw it up back to the sea. So that is an intersection where what is coming from the land and the ocean tend to meet.
We went out to the Mighty Beach, which is a beach which has been understudied by Plastic Punch in the past years. Interestingly, we had activities over there 3 months ago, 2 months ago, and so participants at the Science and Policy of Plastic Working Group were over there at this beach again, at the Mighty Beach, to observe and also collect data, understanding the concentration of these plastics in macro, in meso, and in micro.
And there we did different aspects. So I led the team on beach environmental risk perception survey, but we also had teams that sampled the sand, the beach sand, the water, as well as fish that were purchased from around the beach area.
We told the participants what's happening, what we thought was happening, and we sampled different parts of the beach because you see that the activities where you have restaurants, people tend to aggregate more there, they leave their litter there, so you are going to see more plastic than a bit further off. So we sampled across so that the participants will see what we call the gradient. You're seeing it moving increasingly or decreasing in order.
It was also very interesting to look at this from the perspective of visiting a beach that had been cleaned only 2 months ago by 400 volunteers and seeing how much had come back and was already on that beach in that short time period. In fact, we don't even know how much maybe it came to that beach and has been washed away in the last 2 months. We were just seeing what was there at that time. It could be the result of an even shorter time period than 2 months for the accumulation we saw.
So we take the beach samples and then we bring them to the lab. And in the lab, what we do is we do some chemical digestion of it because there are plants and all that which will interfere with identification. So when we do those things, we leave it overnight and then we do further analysis. We get the data, and the way we get the data is to count the type. We have different types of plastics. All plastics are not the same. So what we usually see, like fibers, are from our clothes. Then we have what we call pellets, which are the raw materials for the manufacture of other plastics. Then you have films. Films are the grocery bags, so different kinds. So we try to categorize this, and we try to look at the colors. What colors are they made of? And this is very important because if you want to see impact of plastics on fishes, for example, they get attracted by bright colors. So if we have more brighter colors in there, then we could estimate that we are going to have more impact on the fish. And interestingly, the preliminary result that we looked at this morning, for example, showed we have more blue fibers. And blue is a very attractive color. So we've seen that there will be high risks in there.
We also participated in needle hunts on the beach.
Needles are the raw materials used in the production of all plastics. We carried out the needle hunts to understand if there's any spillage of these needles And of course, yes, we did find these needles and collected some samples and have reported to global models, which we work with to be used to advocate for a stronger and legally binding plastic treaty. So this is a lot of work that we've done, and it's really interesting to hear the different views and different approaches, even to businesses, that our group have come up with. Together we'll be putting this into an amazing story map, and also we'll be publishing our data. We also did some social perspective and did some survey from users of the beach to understand even if they are concerned at all about this plastic pollution menace.
As part of the Plastics and Policy Group with Coessing, I bring expertise in the area of GIS, or Geographic Information Systems, and map making, and place-based or location-based storytelling. And for me, one of the fun parts of working with the students in this group is they pick up those skills as part of our work in the Plastics and Policy Group, but then we get near the end of the week and they realize how they can apply those map-making skills and storytelling skills to their own work. And it's really exciting to hear from students a few weeks, a few months after Coessing and throughout the year as to how they're putting these tools to use. Sometimes they may have some questions on what they can do or where to go to look for help with using some of these tools, but seeing them put it to use in their own work is really rewarding.
And throughout the week after the field visit, we've been analyzing the data in the lab, and today we're near completion of our story map and ready for presentation tomorrow.
When it came to my opening speech, I talked about people, purpose, and play. And it's been very nice to see it materialize for all of our students in the different groups. So I'm primarily with the plastics group, and it's been a wonderful time. But in that, you really see them applying those 3 takeaway points. First, the people. All the students are interacting. The groups are not just in that group, that intermix. When it's happening while we're with the project group or at lunch or after lunch, you see them all in community and making that connection, because what we want from Coessing is for it to happen beyond the time we are together. And then when it comes to purpose, that's the one. The purpose is the thing where you are seeing them energized about what they are passionate about and making big points to get what their research is across, to dive into those skills and become their own expert so they can take that back to their community. And that's what we want in Coessing, is that your purpose lives beyond the time we are together, but continues throughout this area and throughout their region, and then ultimately the world. And then last is play, and Coessing is full of play, okay? We have lots of fun, we're dancing, we're laughing, and it really helps with our memory recall to think about the warm thoughts. When you think about Coessing, a natural smile radiates over people's face. You just see this vibrance of like, Coessing, yeah, ha ha ha. Like, I mean, I get excited just talking about it, and to see that fun, to see that purpose, and to see the people all come together, it's very magical and can only happen here. And it's even more essential because it's not only happened once, twice, 3 times. This has been going on for 10 years, and it's going to continue to go on for decades after this. So it's been great to see happen not only in plastics but throughout the community here, and I'm looking forward to see what it looks like another 10 years out.